This is a story for those who wished that they could truly read between the lines of the book they were reading and see the world of the story through the eyes of the author. For those who wished that they could make nonfiction from fiction. For those who wished that dreams were true. This is a story of a group of wayward friends who came together from the far reaches of two worlds to come together and to help make dreams reality. This is Hazeltown Story. Hello and welcome to Hazeltown Story, episode 33. This is the last episode of the Temporary Secretary arc. We have finally finished it, which is now turning into our longest session, or our longest little mini arc. If you had not been listening to the previous ones, I highly suggest you go back and start with at least the start of this mini arc, if not to the start of the series, to kind of get a gist of what's going on. The ending of the last episode kind of ended interestingly. We had a gun pulled out on one of our team members by another team member. So I'm sure that will resolve incredibly just your average day with, a normal team. So So I guess that's really just it, is basically trying to find Sophie, and Tacent tried to pull a fast one on Sophie, and Bob B did not take it well. We're going to be continuing where we left off, and yes, we are using it is the same crew as last time, just for posterity. We have Carnival playing Elmis Graner, who is a technomancy geek and kind of our team's tech person. We have Deathmaster playing Bob B, who is kind of a sleaze elemental and kind of all-around interesting person. We have Norman Rafferty playing Tacent Toscin, who is a jack-of-all-trades, can do many things, including sabotaging your climbing gear. And we also have Iravia, the Chaos Cow, played by TorpidTypist, who likes to punch things and hit things with chair. That's pretty much it. In terms of content coming up, we do have I have right now scheduled our first session of the new arc. There is going to be a new arc coming up. Right now, this episode should be coming out February 4th, and the first session of this should be recorded live on February 12th. So there will be an interstitial episode coming next week that kind of will elaborate on the kind of finale of this episode, some things that are kind of mentioned. I'm still actually debating on whether or not I want to have this, or the first session on the 12th or the 19th. It's turning this session, or this little arc that's coming up, is turning out to be kind of bigger than I was expecting it to be. So I might need a little extra planning. So you might get two interstitial episodes, one on the 11th and one on the 18th. So just a little heads up that might be coming your way, but I do plan on having something for both weeks. Unless I get super busy, because the week of the 13th or the 12th, which would normally be our first session, I do have I have a marathon that day, or on that weekend, so I do have something that I need to kind of set up. So I might just skip the interstitial, but I kind of want one to kind of explain what some things are going on. So that part is hazy at the moment. I'm still planning on having interstitial episodes in between to kind of explain some plot details, to especially going into the next arc. But yeah, that should be there. I have eyes on what is going forward with this series. So this is continuing for the time being, and I'm sure this next arc's probably going to be just as long as this one, if not longer. Speaking of long, this intro has kind of gone long enough. So let's go ahead and get into the session.
I'm not afraid of your gun, but I'm coming out of the woods. What are you doing here? You don't even have to be here. Everything's fine.
No, it's not fine. We're here to try and solve the issue.
You're here to make money.
And what the fuck are you here for?
I'm here to keep you from hurting somebody to make money.
We're not here to hurt her.
What are you here for?
We're here to bring her home.
She is home.
No, her home with Martin. Bobby points out the top of the cliff where Martin is. Like, did you not wonder why the hell he was here?
I'm wondering why Iravia is here.
Because Sophie's afraid of her, and we want to fix that.
And so your way of fixing that is having Iravia go ahead and confront her. Iravia wants to hurt her.
Well, maybe. But we'll see. And I guess we won't get to know now, since you apparently tried to sabotage us.
You guys sabotaged yourselves. I only tried to stop Iravia. You guys just can't climb.
Look,
Well.
that's fair. That's fair.
You really need to get out to the gym and stop going to those lunches with the steaks and the martinis.
Steaks, martinis? What are you talking? I can't afford that.
Oh, breakfast burritos. I forgot who I was talking to.
How dare you? I only eat the finest soylent.
Wait, are you a vegetarian?
No. Elvis is being facetious at this.
Had me confused there for a minute. Anyway, so Iravia and Martin are up there, and I guess any minute now, either there's going to be a nice, peaceful resolution, or Iravia is going to hurt someone or get hurt. You know, there's, like, you read the ghost energy. There's more than one ghost in there.
Yeah, this could be fun.
I'm just going to... I mean, I guess there's not much to do, but wait to see how this plays out. The dramatic confrontation, if the power of love or the power of hate is going to win today.
Just take a seat and just get back to enjoy the ride, my friend, because it's gonna be something. And at this point, Elmis is just gonna lie down and just lie down in the grass, look up at the opening, and just wait.
I can't leave. I think am I the only healer in this party?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't leave. I mean, I'll say out loud, I can't leave.
Yes, you can. You can turn around and go that way.
No, if somebody gets hurt, I have to be here. None of you are doctors.
Oh, well.
Like I said, sit back, have a seat, and watch the show.
Yeah, I'm going to stay.
Bobby,
Okay.
if you want another chance, if you want to try and go up yourself, I can stay here with Tacent if you want to try and go up, though.
You sure you got them?
They're fine. They're not gonna... Again, their beef is strictly with Iravia. They're not gonna go out of their way to harm either of us. Just so... I'm fine to just sit. You want to go take a run for it, go ahead.
Bobby just looks at Tacent, shakes his head, says, "There's nothing I hate more in this world than a hypocrite." And he shouts out at the top of a cliff and says, "Iravia, can you give me a hand?"
Yeah. And Ravi will just be waiting at top.
Okay.
To come
Does
up
Martin
as
go
best
at the top, or does Martin go in while Iravia is doing all that?
Martin's been
Well,
probably
Martin's-
awkwardly standing here watching
Yes, Martin
this.
is. Yes, I said Martin.
Markin.
Yeah, Martin made it. He's standing atop next to Iravia, looking at this, feeling incredibly uncomfortable because someone just pulled out a goddamn gun. And
Yeah, Ravi is fucking relishing this.
At this point, Elvis will grab some of the snacks that they also bought and just...
Enjoy your trail mix, fucker.
all right. I guess with that, Bobby, roll a athletics with a boost die. Actually, 2 boost die this time.
Full boost.
All right, how many purples?
2.
All right.
So you got 1 advantage, so you still didn't climb up. How about this? Martin says it's like, you have that climbing thing, or the climbing gear, right? Did you get a rope?
Yeah.
why don't you toss the rope up here and we'll see if we can make a ladder.
All right.
I did scouting a little bit. I could try and help. So that I'm not gonna make you like
Roll for.
roll for it. I'll just say you toss up the rope, a rope ladder, and you make a rope. Now try with 1 purple.
All right.
And
And
double
two
boost. Zabusto.
So it's still 2 boost dice.
Still 2 boost die. God damn it. 1 advantage.
Which
You know
would give
what?
me
You know what? To hell with it. Just get up the goddamn ladder.
Yes.
I was gonna say, could I use athletics with boost to just fucking pull up Bobby?
You know that's funnier. Try that.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
Roll 2. Like I'll say that like Bobby gets up there, but you kind of grab onto him, and you do an athletics check. That is, you're just lifting up, and also Martin's going to boost you, so just do a easy.
The
Okay,
most worthless boost die.
There, you pull Bobby up after he almost falls off.
God damn, Bobby, you need to look after yourself.
I am. He pulls out a cigar and lights it.
I didn't mean in the mirror.
What else is there?
So where is Martin chimes up? So where is this thing?
That's a whole
Bobby
other.
will point at the cave that we need to go in.
So shall we go?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bobby, you brought the equipment, right?
Mm-hmm. Bobby says, Martin, you first.
Oh, okay.
She's
So
not going to attack you.
I guess. So Martin heads first into the cave, and you follow them. I will be right back.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying not to laugh out loud while Lolo and you were having that conversation, because I have something on in the background, so they're playing Rust, and out of nowhere, one of them started playing fucking Moonlight Sonata.
Mm.
Though, while we're having this break, Rafferty, I would like to say thank you for taking this position against everyone else. This has been really some interesting and fun interactions, though.
It's still a weird adventure that but yeah, no, internecine conflict is something that's difficult to game out.
Yeah, that's why I said Iravia just had a shit-eating grin, knowing what you tried to do. Stop.
Misjudging
Well, here's
Hey,
I'm hoping Sophie doesn't get hurt, and I'm actually hoping Iravia doesn't get hurt.
yeah.
I'm a little worried this is like the Well of Souls and you're about to get your face blown off.
Gonna get bit by a snake.
But Bob is just straight up cold, just pulling a gun on somebody.
Yeah.
To be fair, Bobby has not liked Tacent since the moment they met.
Yeah, that's a bitch move, though, just pulling a gun.
It's
He
called
tried to sabotage the gear, which could have killed Iravia, so...
It's
Seems
not going to
warranted.
kill Iravia. She was going to land on her head. She'd be fine.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm
yeah.
back.
First off, Bobby is like knows like, so obviously Bobby hates hypocrites. Like Bobby.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bobby's
like himself.
not a hypocrite.
I'm not a hypocrite. I've been against this since the beginning.
Yet you're still here.
But yeah, Lolo, like right as you were talking it out with Death, it was great because I was trying not to laugh because just in the background I had another stream on and they were like someone was playing the piano very poorly in Rust and then just started playing Moonlight Sonata out of nowhere and I was dying.
Right. Which VTuber was it?
It's a group actually.
Great.
It's
All
just
right.
playing the piano though.
All right. I am back. So, you go into the cave and it is a cave. So it is pitch black. Did you bring lanterns or whatever?
Yes.
Okay, so I take it you all kind of bring out a lantern.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go in to the cave and you you see you see like it is a round room, but you don't see anything in particular in it.
Interesting.
Really, this is it? I thought there'd be more to it.
At least at first glance, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna do a perception check to see if anything's wrong.
All right, do a average perception check. Okay, so you succeed. Okay, success and 2 threat. So you kind of fumble your way around, and you find two, like you find jetting out of the wall a crystal. Like you see you see 2 crystalline something jetting out of the wall.
I'm gonna put my hand on it.
All right.
I'm gonna put it, I'm just gonna touch it.
You are going to touch it. Okay. I want you to okay, let me think of how to do this. Okay, also I accidentally closed your sheet. Iravia. Okay, what? Roll. Okay, so you touch it, but then something feels really weird. Roll coordination average.
God damn it. Let's see, what is my coordination? 2 yellows, hot damn.
Okay, so you touch the gems, but you feel essentially like an electric flow going through you. Not necessarily a high voltage one, but you feel something go through you that makes your legs start to wobble. But you're able to catch yourself as you do it, and you just kind of feel an energy flow, but you don't really get anything out of it.
And is there more than one crystal? How many are there?
Oh, I said 2.
Okay, I'll grab both of them.
I thought you already did.
Oh, I wasn't sure if I was grabbing both or just one.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you kind of grab onto both of them and you feel something flow through it. But nothing really happens when you just touch it.
That was weird.
What?
I don't know, felt something when I touched those crystals. Something weird.
Oh.
Legs jello. Normal stuff.
He's weak. Arms are heavy.
Yes. Does this actually look like the Sylph crystal I saw a while back?
You feel like it is part of the same technology.
I'm gonna try talking at the crystal to see if I get a response.
Okay. I'm going to do it like this. Roll a technomancy check.
Okay.
And I want to clarify, I am doing technomancy because I do not have a proper skill for what I want to do.
Okay, let's see. Wow, okay, I forgot my stat was so good for that. What
Yes.
challenge rating? What challenge?
Do a average.
So yeah, it's 3 successes and 1 threat.
3 successes and 1 threat. You talk to it, and what did you see? The crystal wasn't like glowing or anything. What did you want to say to it?
Hi. My name's Iravia, and I'm here to see, I guess, Sophie. If you can talk to me at all. Could you say something, I guess? I don't know.
As you
Tell him about Martin.
Also, Martin's here to see Sophie as well, and would like to talk it out.
As you say that, the crystal starts to glow, or the crystals start to glow in like a pulsating matter.
Okay.
But they do not have any other response.
Okay. Look, I've talked to Sylph crystals before. You can talk to me. It's okay. Everyone else here is weird, but I can listen.
You kind of, as you say that, you hear a voice in your head that says, "What is your purpose?"
To ask questions more than anything. I don't feel like hurting anyone.
What do you want to know?
What do you know about Sophie?
What do you want to know?
What do you know about me?
You are different.
What does that mean? People keep telling me that lately, and I don't know what that means.
By the way, I should mention that you are saying this out loud. No one else
Yeah.
can hear you.
No one else can hear them, right? Yeah, and
Yes.
me talking. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
They can see the thing start to glow, though.
To be fair, they
Bobby,
did hear what I said about sylphs, so
yeah. Bobby will just eye all this and say, "What's happening?"
I'm talking. You can't hear them either.
No,
Oh, okay.
Martin.
I don't know what's happening.
You guys are weird too. Okay. Yeah, I'm just talking to the crystals. They're, I guess, sylphs.
Did they tell you about Sophie?
I don't know. They're just asking what do I want to know, and so I'm asking questions.
Ask them if peace is possible.
I'll ask that after. I'm curious. I want to know things. Also, they asked when I asked what do they know about Sophie, they just asked me what do I want to know again.
Hmm.
And so Iravia focuses back on the crystals.
You say you want peace.
Yes.
Do you think peace is possible?
I
With what we know.
wasn't. What do I know? I
You
mean,
know,
Hmm?
you know of Sophie.
Yes.
Do you want the world to know?
Not particularly, no. That's Sophie's business, not mine. We were just on a job to figure out what was going on with Sophie. We weren't going to tell anyone, and her boss sure isn't planning on telling anyone. He's just an idiot who questioned his good fortune.
Sophie should have never left.
Yeah, it sounds that way. Got people who care about her. I mean, nobody's telling her to stay gone. At least to me, at least.
Bobby thinks a minute and says to Ravi, "Ask them what they think of Martin."
What does Sophie think of Martin? Or what do you think of Martin, whatever you are? You sylph collective thing.
Sophie cares for Martin.
And why not go back? Martin still cares for Sophie.
Bobby will, at this point, say to Martin, "Start calling out to her. I don't know if she can hear or not, but it's worth a try."
Martin at this point starts to say, "Sophie, if you're in there, we can keep you safe. If anything, actually, if you want to stay here now that I know where you are, I don't think anyone knows of this place. We can help keep. I don't want the world to hurt you. I don't know if they would, but if you want privacy, we can just come and chat every once in a while."
I mean, look, Sophie, I'm going to be honest with you here. If Sophie's listening, and I'm going to be honest with you here. You can leverage this against your current boss and see something about a more permanent position.
You hear back, "We have the most permanent position."
Look, being stuck in a rock face is fucking nothing.
Do you think we're just stuck here?
I mean, Sophie wasn't.
We
Sophie
were,
got to experience the outside world instead of just being here.
we have experience in another world.
Eh?
You should know.
I don't. Honestly, I do not fucking know. Why do you people keep assuming I know?
Interesting.
Bad enough there was an old dude with weird ears and with pointy ears, with pointy ears. And a bottle of wine talking cryptic at me. And last thing I need is this bullshit too.
Bobby will raise his eyebrow at that one.
So will Martin.
Except Bobby understands the significance of some of that.
Fucking saying this shit's happened before and it'll happen. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Bobby says, "All right, ask them if we can speak to Sophie."
Yeah, can we speak directly to Sophie? I don't know how this whole sylph thing works, but
You hear a pause for like because the voice that you heard sounded like it was a case where it was like multiple people speaking at once, all kind of like harmonizing in one voice. You wait about 10 seconds, and then you hear particularly Sophie's voice say, "What do you want?"
I mean, I guess to bring you home at this point.
"I don't know if I can go back."
Martin seems pretty happy with bringing you back, and your boss is honestly more worried about you than anything. He isn't going to talk.
That is not the boss I'm worried about.
Oh?
I don't want to. You already found it, so I don't know why, but I don't want people to know about this
Oh, I mean, we're the only ones who know.
yet.
Well, not like we're going to tell anyone.
Bobby, in the background, nods his head and says to Cave, "It's true. Mum's the word."
Look, Bobby's a lot of things, but Bobby knows how to keep a secret.
Bobby is a man of his word.
And Martin just wants you back at this point, if I'm going to be honest.
You hear a pause that says, and you hear, "I would like to talk to Martin, but I can't at the moment."
I mean, look, you can talk to Martin through me if you want. Martin can't hear you, but I can, and that's what matters. Martin's a weirdo, I know. It's strange, honestly, but
With that, Bobby will pat Martin on the back and kind of gently shove him towards Iravia.
Okay. At this point, we're going to take a brief break from this scene. I do want to go back to Carnival and Tacent, or Elmis and Tacent.
What does this look like on the outside?
You don't hear anything.
Yeah, we're up a cliff and
Like we don't see any
So-
glowing.
cliff and in a hole.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't see anything of going on. You don't hear anything. You might hear some very faint talking.
Are you kidding? They're like 10 meters up and inside a cave. We wouldn't hear anything.
Yeah, exactly.
No, okay. I was asking more of like, was there any like glowing more than like sound?
No, there is. It is incredibly no. It is localized to
You
that.
would not see shit.
I mean, we might be here on overnight, and the next day they might never ever come out.
So both Elmis and Tacent, you're kind of sitting at the bottom. At this point, you see. What time did we say this was? It was like 4 o'clock.
This is about 4 at this point.
yeah.
Couldn't pick a nicer day.
Day out.
You hear rustling coming towards you.
Sun is
And-
shining, birds are chirping.
You and from the bush, you see, or like from the kind of path that you kind of took, you see coming from there, Toby,
Fuck.
Who?
the
Our cop friend.
Oh, so you know them.
You've met him too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the guy who like originally helped you like interrogate yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said some different name. Maybe.
So you see him.
How did he
walk
find
up.
us?
This is a job. He's a park ranger effect more than anything else.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So to peek behind the curtain a little bit, the role that I had Carnival do when they were shopping, or the Elmis was doing when they were shopping, the stealth check or the whatever the check was, that was to see if they were spotted by that, and they didn't, but they had 2 threat. So
Okay.
So how I leverage that is because of your outburst of Iravia falling off the thing and the argument that ensued. You were here. You basically advertised your position. So
Hi, Toby.
all right. What all are you
Have a,
doing?
have a seat. I'll fill you in on the short version. We found out something. We found out where the general colony is. Or not, we found out where the general source of the magic energy is. People are, again, everything's been peaceful since we found it. There's just been a nice discussion. I wouldn't bring too many other people just at the moment because everything's still, we don't want to add some extra heat. But if you want to stay and watch, Elmis goes over to the bag and brings out some more food and hands to Toby.
Toby takes the trail mix essentially, and just kind of looks at us like, where are the others?
See that cave up there?
No.
He just kind of looks up and is like, I'm sorry, what cave?
God damn it, Elmis.
Cave is not visible from there, Elmis.
There's a chimney inside the butte.
Toby just looks at us like, and he just kind of looks at us like, did you climb it up there?
No, the Iravia and Bob did.
Oh, we knew because we
Martin.
went through one of the. You know how we did the whole the scrying thing. That was how we found out. There's a cave system up there. I would wait a bit because one, Aravia's not yelling about horrible obscenities yet, so that means things are probably going well.
Okay. You just see him look up there. It's like, well, he just kind of looks up and just looks at the cliff and is like, just looking back and forth. And there is like, what gear do you have there? Because he spots the bags.
Climbing gear.
It's not guns this time.
Look here, if you want to check for guns, here it's not this time.
He
I
just
bought
kind
it.
of holds his hand. I was like, I just want to know, what am I going to need?
No, nothing actually. Things have gone smoothly, surprisingly. So, like you could probably have people on standby in case like something goes bad, but otherwise, like at this point, we should be fine.
You basically says like, who all's up there?
Martin, Bobby, and Iravia.
You just see him look, and inside, like, in his head, scenes of a boat exploding are playing back in his head.
In
He's like-
Ravia's defense, that wasn't her fault.
That was Yuhar's doing, and Yuhar's not here.
And just that, and just the thing that happened last time, is like, I want to climb up there, but I guess you think Sophie's up there, this ghost.
From what we've been able to see, not just Sophie, it seems like it was more powerful than just her. My guess is something just like, you probably had a natural colony of something powerful, and Sophie just got curious about the outside world and wandered out. So, we're basically I think Aravi is doing a meet the parents scenario, just of like introducing Martin to Sophie's family.
You see him looking up, and he's kind of feel like he is only listening to every other word. And he's like, so you think that you mentioned a colony up there?
Well, I don't know for certain. Based on what Tacent here when in an earlier message seemed that there were multiple connections, and the readings based on the scrying we did show that this was more powerful than what a single entity would be.
You see Toby think for a moment, and you see him essentially pull out of his pocket he has a personal data thing as well, and you see him fiddle with it for a little bit, and he's like, because I think we established last time that this is right around when I believe we pointed out that I think the one thing, because we were looking for like signs that there would be more like ghost activity. One of the things was that it was, did we mention that if it would be around the time that like Venus would show up, like the morning star would be more visible?
I think so. If not this, it was last start, but
yeah. And then so he's thinking for a second, he's like, he's just kind of thinking to myself, well, I don't want to disturb him quite yet, but I do. Did Iravia give you any idea on what she plans on doing?
Genuinely, this time Iravia is less fighty than I've ever seen her. She just wants to know why did Sophie get spooked about her, discounting the whole, yes, she's very intimidating, but look, you know how she is.
You see Toby think for a second. He's like, well, if there's no reason for me to go up there, I guess I'll just sit down and see you. You see him sit down, and then you see him pull out a walkie-talkie and say, "All right, folks, I found what we were looking for. At this point, I think that I just need to go solo for a moment. So just hold tight, and if backup's needed, I'll let you know." And you hear a Roger on the other end of the line. So Toby's now sitting with you,
Eating trail mix.
eating trail mix. So going back to Bobby and Iravia and Martin in the cave. So you all are
Time for Martin's heartfelt speech to Sophie, as translated for Iravia.
I mean, well, Sophie, Ravi is translating for Sophie, not Martin.
yeah. So you basically hear Sophie is like, people can't find that we're here. We're supposed to be quiet.
Now you seem pretty talkative to me.
I messed up. We shouldn't have left.
Nah, you were fine. Your boss is an idiot, though.
Yeah, I just really wanted to do a good job, and I guess I did too good of a job.
No, you did a good job, and that's not the issue. The issue is some people don't know how to accept good fortune when it comes their way.
Yeah, but if I didn't give the good fortune to begin with, then I wouldn't have been noticed.
That's okay. First off, that's not your fault. Yeah, I mean, I understand the weird vibes now, at least, because you're a sylph, I guess. You're a sylph, right? That's what you are.
She paused for a second. Is like, nymph.
Nymph. Okay. Look, I've talked to sylphs before, and it's all of you. You don't know. I'm not going to finish that sentence.
You hear pauses like, for someone who should know this stuff, you don't know a lot about us, do you?
Nah, I mean, I don't. Not like anyone's told me anything. I don't know why you assume I know it.
You just hear a pause, and it's like, well, we kind of have a bit of a problem here because we don't want to be found,
Okay.
but we have been.
Yes.
So the problem is we need to trust. So it is either it is only a handful of people that know, correct?
Yes.
So the question is, for our survival, we can't be found.
Yes.
So we either have to deal with the people that found us, or we have to find a way to keep quiet.
Yeah, traditionally, nymphs curse people wwho found them.
Yes. I was trying to think. So we have no real way, now that you know what we are, it would make more of a problem if we dealt, if we even could, with the people who know. So really, we only plead that you don't tell anyone where we are.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, once again, Bobby's already said he won't say anything. Martin just wants you home. I just want to know why you're still freaked out. That's on me. And everyone else involved, I mean, look, this was a job. We're not paid to tell anyone.
I didn't want you to. You knew you would see through my disguise instantly.
Yes.
Which is why I didn't want to see you.
Look, I still don't know what's wrong. I don't understand your problem with me.
We see you very visibly.
Your point? And I see you very visibly too. Right here, this crystal. And just Iravia starts making hand gestures at the sylph, the nymph colony.
So just to clarify, you're seeing like two little tiny things. It's nowhere near the size of like the full crystal.
Oh, okay.
You're essentially talking to an intercom.
Okay, my point stands though.
Yeah. So if we are found, this
Yeah.
could be a major problem for us.
Okay, well, here's my point here. Everyone involved in this isn't gonna talk. They've got no reason to talk. They're not going to talk. If you do something about us in here, things will get incredibly hot. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. So either we let bygones be bygones, or everything turns into a shit show.
You basically just hear is like, yes, that's the case.
Exactly. So I don't know the issue here.
I guess all we can really do is plead. Please don't let anyone know we're here.
I mean, I'm not planning on. Once again, we've been over this. We're talking in circles at this point.
I suppose.
So, to ask further, now that we've established that, before we go into the whole Sophie issue, what do you know about me? Because people keep telling me I'm weird. I talked to someone who acts like we've met, even though I'm pretty sure we haven't.
For lack, it's weird. It seems like I don't want. It's a long story, but what I will say is that you hear a pause, like you hear like someone like trying to think of what to say. You show more brightly than everyone else.
What does that mean?
You stand out to us much more. You have something like us. And that's all I really can say. Because it seems like you yourself aren't. We haven't seen anything quite like you.
Well, yeah, I'm Iravia. I'm unique. There's only one of me. I'd be surprised if there was any other.
I guess that is the case.
But okay, I'll take your cryptic shit and keep it in mind.
I apologize for being cryptic, but if I say anything specific, I'm afraid it would only confuse you further.
You know what? You're smarter than me.
I have a feeling you will find out for yourself,
Okay.
and it will be more natural if you do that.
Okay, I'll fucking take your word for it. You're not gonna give me answers anyway. That said, please let Sophie just fucking please. I want my money. Just come back.
You want money for what?
Oh, I mean, I guess the money's in the bag already. I just want this done with. I got my answers. I'm not gonna out you. I got nothing, no reason to. Everyone else here isn't gonna out you either. Why not just come back?
For a second, or after a short pause, you see in front of you, by the kind of thing, or you you kind of hear a pause for about 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a short while, the you see part of the wall kind of open like a sliding door. And behind it, you see Sophie as she last was, dressed up in the same outfit that she wore the first time you saw her. You see her sitting by a very large, very brightly glowing crystal.
Okay. Yeah.
Bobby
Okay.
will Bobby will tip his hat at her and say, "Sophie, I take it."
Yes. She stands up and goes over to Martin and basically gives him a big hug. And basically says, Martin, I don't know if I can ever come back and be like I was. I feel like as much as I'd like to live out with like you, I feel like that's just too dangerous. But it seems like you found my home. I just wish that there was a way that we can speak. Um, uh,
Also, look, Sophie, Big Crystal, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Nothing stays hidden forever, no matter how quiet you are. You just need to accept that fact.
I suppose, but the further along that we can delay this, the longer that we can live and do what we need to do living here. Because the more that when we are exposed, we all could potentially die. And it's not just me. She points to Crystal is like, I am a manifestation of happen to get lucky and be able to go out. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of people like me in there. And if that gets found, thousands of me can die.
Okay. And how about question for you? Why don't you just leave here and never return?
It's not that simple. I can't leave here. Far from here.
That's fine. I mean, just never come back to this place.
If I leave, you see, even though I am walking and talking outside of here, if I leave further on than say, oh, I don't know, a couple miles, I will die. So I need to stay within here.
Oh, I mean, never come back to this hole.
If people found out what I was, they could trace it.
We could close off the tunnel.
That could be.
My point is, you don't need to come back to this room. The whole reason we found this place in the first place is because you ran.
I suppose.
Your panic was more dangerous than anything else.
Indeed, your panic did lead to a lot of what has transpired.
I suppose. But
still, as far as safety goes, Bobby may be able to help you if you wish to return to the rest of the world.
Oh?
He hands her a business card. I don't know if Olin can't or will be able to help you at this point, but say you wouldn't be the first person on my employ that was hiding. And I'm good at keeping secrets.
Sophie just looks at the card and just kind of hands it over to Martin. He says, hold on to this for me.
Also, Sophie, I'm gonna be honest here. The nymph thing was never really known. We've just been calling you a forest spirit or a forest ghost. That's all anyone outside knows.
Well, I think as long as they know me as something, I don't think it really matters what specifically I am.
Look, this weird shit happens here all the time. You're not the weirdest thing.
Tell her about the time we blew up that boat.
Just as a side note, how hard would it be to move that crystal somewhere?
Incredibly. You would not be able to move. It's like several tons.
Honestly, I think we'd be better off collapsing the tunnel entirely, but...
Alright.
Martin's like, well, I don't know if closing it off of here could we potentially damage the crystal.
We can find ourselves a safe demolitionist. I believe I know a few.
So just telling himself is like, that could still be pretty dangerous. Also, how would you hire someone to just blow up a random cave without them taking a look into it?
It's one of the people who already knows.
Oh, who are you thinking?
Well, Elmis, of course.
Oh,
I was thinking someone in the group would know how to do that.
Yeah,
seems like a skill set one of them would have.
We don't have to blow it up. We can just seal it.
To be fair, yeah, I said collapse the tunnel. I never said blow it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's why I figured it's like, oh, we can just trigger a small like cave in easily, and that wouldn't like controlled cave very easily.
Or we could just use concrete.
Yeah, that too.
Well, that would probably be a bit harder to get there. So,
it's not that hard. Just bags of sand.
I hate that phrase.
Well, I suppose that if you're thinking about it, Martin, I suppose I can stay with you for a little bit longer. So Martin just kind of like they're just kind of together is like, yeah, if you need to come back, then we can find a way.
Look, Sophie, the secret to being people is that everyone sucks at it.
I suppose. You hear you hear from the crystal back that was like talking to you specifically, Ravia, is like, remember that we're here, and that if you do something that will accidentally if you damage this crystal, lives will be lost.
Yeah, I know. I ain't breaking anything.
I just want to make sure you're aware of that.
Yeah, I know. I've talked to sylphs before. Like, I know how this works.
The crystal just all right. So what do you want to do now that you are all in tow?
I would guess leave the cave.
Yeah, Ravi's
The others.
crystal quick and then leave.
All right. So when you start to leave, the door that was holding the crystal closes.
All right.
And
Is
now
Sophie coming with us or no?
yes.
All right.
Hey, Sophie, how good are you at climbing?
She just says, she just kind of looks down and is like, she just hold up 1 second. And then you see her start to glow for a bit and then just basically kind of levitate downward.
Oh, that's easy.
Aren't we special, huh?
Yeah. Also, when Bobby looks over to the side and sees Toby, he just curses on his ref and says to Iravia, "Shit, run the cops here."
Fucking goddamn it. Hopefully nobody saw.
No, wait. This might actually be to our advantage. Hopefully, as long as he'll go along with it. And Bobby will start climbing down.
At this point, Elmis is going to start waving to everybody and turn to Toby. See? Everything went peacefully.
Elmis, what the fuck did you say?
Look, if I tried to lie to Toby, he would have gone in and escalated and brought in a squad. I figured if I told him exactly what happened, what was going on, he would trust us enough to not go in and let you do your job. Evidently, that happened. You're welcome.
Bobby will just look at Elmis, then look at Tacent and said, "So you're willing to kill Iravia for this, but you didn't stop her?"
I wasn't going to kill Iravia.
Can't guarantee that.
I mean, Iravia wasn't going to die from a fall like that. I'm just going to look at Iravia, like, right?
I mean, look. Worse is trying to kill me.
Bobby just says this. Either way, officer, you and I need to have a talk.
All right.
I have a question for you.
All right.
Is it possible for you to make certain areas of this park a no-go for people?
It's very
Declared
easy.
a danger or whatnot. Good. Because we need this butte. Points at it. Declared a no-go.
Well, it should have been a no-go to begin with, so that shouldn't be that hard.
Glad to hear it.
Also, at this point, Sophie kind of walks behind and just starts to walk to the group.
I want to apologize to Sophie. I'm sorry for everything we did that made you feel you had to act this way.
So it's fine. To which Toby just kind of also looks at her and is like, I take it that you are our spirit friend?
Yeah, our ghost buddy.
We're all spirit friends.
What does that even mean?
Basically, Toby just kind of does a small bow. Is like, don't worry. I mean you no harm. After the group disbanded, Martin and Sophie returned home to ponder how they would plan on how to let Sophie live with them without issue. They thought it would be a good idea to wait a while before Sophie goes out again. A few days after, the two received a package with numerous gadgets to keep their house secure and a note giving them a number that they could call should there ever be a problem, that was signed EG. Time passes and life returns to normal, at least what could be considered normal there, in the bustling Steinwald. A new secretary takes over Sophie's spot at the publishing offices of Apex Publishing, who performs her job adequately, to which Olin Hutzel takes with a bit of sourness, knowing that he could have better, had he just left well enough alone. He sometimes wondered if Sophie was doing well, where wherever she was and what she was doing. You've had the idea to call Martin some days to ask how she was doing, but stops after you just finally learned the lesson that maybe sticking your nose where it doesn't belong gets people into trouble and can put a sizable dent in your coin purse. As the last light fades over the horizon at the Mystic Lake National Park, Toby Moon and his Corporal Maple finish setting up the devices that they had spent the entire day laboriously setting up. Mounted at the openings of several caves found on top of a cliff at the edge of the forest, including the one that's housed the Sylph Colony, lay metallic boxes that, when activated, masked the entrance of several of these caves as walls, as if they weren't even there. And after they had seen that their boxes are working as intended and that their task was complete, they realized they could just wrap it up and head home. As Toby drove the two back to the Steinwald, thoughts raced through Toby's head about the events involving Sophie and also their previous encounter with the scrying group. An offhand comment by one of them sprang to his mind about why there wasn't a department to handle this kind of thing. Arising problems with cults and other various organized groups in the area have been bubbling up, and a more unorthodox approach to problem solving might be helpful in combating that. Without scrying, he realized, Sophie would not have been found, and they wouldn't have been able to capture that Cygnus trio from before either. As the lights of the city started to come into view, Toby made a mental note that perhaps, maybe there should be an official group that looks into this sort of things. Thank you for listening to Hazeltown's story. If you would like to get updates on this show and many other shows hosted by me, LoloDePuzlo, you can follow at Hazeltown Story on Twitter, and if you would like to get to know me more from a personal standpoint, you can follow my personal Twitter at LoloDePuzlo. If you would like to watch this be recorded live, you can go to twitch.tv/LoloDePuzlo and follow the channel for notifications of when this show, as well as other shows like Retro Rank Rhapsody, are being recorded. If you would like to add this podcast to your podcatcher of choice, you can search for WLDP Hazeltown Radio and find us on most major podcatching search engines. Or you can manually add rss.hazeltown.life to your podcatcher. Thank you for listening, and I hope you come around for the next episode.